ESPN called out. Stephen A. Smith called out. By who? Y'all know the man, Jaylen Brown. Let's go.
Leader behind that was ESPN. ESPN is unethical, and Stephen A. Smith is the head face of that. But, you know, the organization, the players, they were all in agreement. They all knew what I meant by that. Our team was basically salary dumped. You know, we lost a lot of players. And for us to emerge and still be in the same position, we got to start to understand, like, success doesn't always mean leader.
Blah, blah, blah. He kept going, but he started to go into things that were already known. He started to go into things about sports, about sportsmanship that are a given. And I won't bore you with those things, but the real of it is this shouldn't even be a headline. This shouldn't even be a story. Now, ESPN has taken in a lot of water over the years, but guess what? That cruise ship keeps sailing because it's, one, great. Let's just keep it like it is. It's great. Yeah, it has fallen off of late because they've gotten into the embrace debate and it's fatigued. But don't act like ESPN wasn't it. Like, we all grew up on it. We all know it. We all know that Stephen A. Smith has his amazing qualities. Come on. I like to give people their flowers, even though there's some dirt with it, okay? We're going to give them the dirt, but we're going to give them their flowers too. We understand that, how we pull it from the root. So ESPN is a great, great entity. It's the 4 letters. Like, even today, if you do something in the sports world, chances are you still want to go hit that remote, go on that phone, see what ESPN talking about, okay? Let's just keep it let's keep it a thou wow. Let's keep it real. That said, the warts, the acne, the zits of ESPN are bigger than ever. We all know it. And this is one of the worst that I've seen. And y'all can beat it up in the comments and let me know what you think. This is one of the worst I've seen because this is totally contrived. Like, we have let in the personalities of like a Stephen A. Smith inject himself so much that he has made this a national headline, but more importantly, something that is a character stain on the brain when we think about Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown, before this, you got to think about when him and Stephen A. had their interaction before about the Olympics. Like, all these insertions of opinion from Stephen A. Smith, great. Go ahead, big dog, tell us what you're thinking. But don't tell us how to think. It's a big difference. It's a big difference. And right now, I think that when he had this story first reported, he was telling us what he thought about it. Jaylen Brown, you can't be doing this. You can't be doing this. But now it's turned into he wants us to think like him, right? Instead of him just telling us what he thought about it, now he's telling us what to think. Jaylen Brown, you can't be a winner. You can't be a great guy. You can't be you sorry. You're weak. What kind of competitor does this? What kind of competitor thinks that this was his favorite season? The one that has already won before. So you trying to indict me and my character and how I get after the game, how competitive I am? What's the point of having receipts, championships, accolades if this is how you're going to play the game? It makes 0 sense. So to give it to you more, Jaylen Brown on saying last year was his favorite season. As he says in quotes, we just heard the leader behind that was ESPN. ESPN is unethical. Stephen A. Smith is the head and face of that. The organization, the players, they were all in agreement. All right, so there's 3 layers to this. ESPN is unethical. Why are they unethical in his eyes? And then now in our receipt, because we are seeing it, is because they allow somebody to go up there and take something so far off course that we not talking about ball no more. They got eliminated in the first round. The first round collapse. Okay. So after a first round collapse, I shouldn't ask you your name, your address, your social security number, what's your favorite season? I can't ask you real questions, right? When you lose in a first round series, all real questions got to go. You lost. What do we want to talk to you for? Oh, you asked me a question. I can't give you a real answer? Like, this is so stupid. So it's so stupid, Jaylen Brown's like, yo, ESPN, how y'all let this go down? Now, we all know that ESPN ain't sitting there, some master, the head of ESPN, wasn't it Jimmy Pitaro? He not sitting there like, what is Stephen A. saying right now? Is McAfee talking? Like, you can't do that. You can't police it like that. At the same time, we know the domino's been falling. Like, it's out of control how Stephen A. Smith can go from, you don't want to make an enemy out of me, to this point. Like it's trying to get to the same place with a different tactic, which is crazy. Stephen A. Smith is the head and face of that. He's the head and face of that. Let's be real. Pat McAfee ain't getting these kind of arrows thrown at him, right? We're not shooting at Pat McAfee for this. Be real. And he's as big as Stephen A. Smith, if not bigger. We're going to see what that new deal looks like. But when I'm hearing 60+ million, even though you got to pay everybody because he is licensing out his product, so he's his own ESPN, and he got to pay everybody, still 60? Lord. But McAfee ain't taking this. Let's stop playing. Let's stop playing that little dance around game. As we see now, Kendrick Perkins on McAfee more and more in the regular rotation. That's great. Stephen A. is the head and face of this, right? Just call it like it is. It ain't no shots at him. It's just like, hey, names and numbers. You're the face of this unethical. People are fatigued, tired of this. Embrace debate that is going too far. Because everything is not a debate. Some things is a congratulate, right? You ain't got to always debate. Sometimes congratulate. And the organization, the players, they were all in agreement. This is the toughest part. Dog, he's there. I hate when somebody try to tell me something. I'm like, dog, I was there. But you probably wasn't paying attention to. Were you there? No, but you didn't think. Were you there? No, but you didn't hear what. You okay? I don't care what you gonna tell me. Great. Oh, I'm just letting you know. You ever had a friend? I'm just letting you know. Fool. Okay, thank you. Way to try to add this layer that may be real, may be fake, but guess what? Wasn't in my existence. I'm not the one that goes to the restaurant and I can't sit with my back to the door. You know why? Because I ain't did shit. Ain't nobody gonna come in here and looking for me. That doesn't mean nothing won't happen. That doesn't mean accidents don't happen. That doesn't mean that innocent victims don't occur. But ain't nobody coming, ain't a restaurant in this world somebody gonna walk into. Where Wiley at? Because Wiley ain't stupid. Wiley ain't playing those kind of games. I don't play silly games, so I don't get silly prizes. I don't get shot in the back. Fuck wrong with y'all? Like they got you so spooked. It's almost like a spook. You got you so spooked about something that may happen that you don't live the way you know you should, the way it is happening. That's what happens. Just like this. Stephen A. Smith comes out. You don't want to make an enemy of me, Durant, all the way to today where he's saying, oh, look what kind of guy this is. Look what kind of competitor this is. Look what kind of leader this is. And all it is supposed to do, I'm telling you the truth, is those incidents, those very few incidents is supposed to scare you if you're an athlete, if you're a basketball player, to the point where you don't sit down comfortably in your seat as an NBA player. Basically, you don't want to sit with your back to the table because what they gonna say. Say it. I dare you to say it. Give a damn what you say. I'm playing. Who cares what you talk about and I'm walking about it, right? Unreal. So let's get a little deeper into this topic because it's crazy to me. Because this is a major one, y'all. Look, it's a major one because we really talking about people. Right? Stephen A. Smith, broadcaster. Jaylen Brown, basketball player. Nah, this cutting deeper than this. His kids going to be looking up his name. And when they look up his name, they shouldn't be seeing this BS. They really shouldn't. Let's get all these ads out of here. How you get ads out of here? Love to all you guys rocking with your boy. Let's go. Jaylen Brown calls ESPN unethical, takes another shot at Stephen A. Brown made the comments during the annual Cannes. How you say Cannes? Cans? It used to be cans, but you know you ain't Grey Poupon enough if you don't say Cannes. Lions conference in France. Let's go. The public feud between ESPN, Stephen A. Smith, and Boston Celtics star Jaylen Brown is showing no signs of slowing down, with Brown again publicly calling out Smith and his employer. Yeah, this is interesting because I think Stephen A. usually wins these because he gets the last word, as the media does. But because all these players have their own platforms and, more importantly, enough money to fund anything, they have more money than the person they're talking about or who's talking about them. They like, I got time. That's what I love. Like, the culture has changed so much that now players can be like, yeah, I got time today. You know, before, if you weren't playing basketball and quiet off the court, then what? You not focused. Remember those days they used to kill somebody if they did any event? I saw him at a autograph session. Shouldn't he have been a shoot around? Remember those days? They gone. I did shoot around. Now I'm about to make some money and I'm about to live stream. And I'm about to call you out. Just imagine in 10 years what the NBA going to look like. All sports. It's going to be crazy. Brown made the comments during the annual Cannes Lions powwow in France. He was responding to criticism from Smith after referring to the 2025-2026 season as his favorite, despite star Jason Tatum missing most of the season and the Celtics being on the wrong side of an early playoff exit. Please walk with me, y'all, and listen to me. This world will make you so external so that you really don't live up to your potential. And this sentence right here is exactly what I'm talking about. They will make you focus in on what you get, what you achieve, your accolades before just being your essence. Just being. I tell kids all the time when I speak to them, you are valuable just the way you are. You are alive. You have free will and opportunity. You are valuable. But this world won't tell you that. This world will tell you you're only valuable when you graduate from Columbia. You're only valuable if you get drafted to the NFL. You're only valuable if you work at ESPN. Like, shut up. That's on top of. That's the cherries on top. That's the layers of the cake. But don't act like I ain't got no cake because I'm walking around here on Slauson in Compton. I ain't valuable. See, that's the problem. That's why everybody out there, why, because they don't think they got any value. I knew I had value growing up. My mama and daddy been told me, you enough, bruh. The way you are, you enough. Now go get more if you want it. I know you do. Go get it. But don't act like you ain't something already. Oh, I hate when they do that. So check this sentence out. He was responding to Jaylen Brown responded to criticism from another man, Stephen A. Smith, after referring to the 25-26 season as his favorite, despite Jason Tatum, who's another man. So I'm responding to criticism from you about another man because he was gone. And also because of a team, not me, a team that lost early. I ain't even got to read no more, y'all. That's how the game goes. This is how they twist you. You got to deal with me, another person, him, another person, and a team. And they try to act like you the problem. Dog, ain't none of that got all the land on me. All that can't land on me. Ooh. Anyway, let's go. ESPN is unethical, and Stephen A. Smith is the head and face of that. But the organization and the players, they were all in agreement. Brown said, they all knew what I meant by that. Our team was basically salary dump. We lost a lot of players. Okay. Brown going after Smith is no surprise because the two have been at it since the end of the first round of the 26 NBA playoffs, when Smith took exception to Brown blaming the refs after the Celtics blew a 3-1 first-round lead to the Philadelphia 76ers. I don't remember that exact moment, but I never blame refs. Refs in sports is just like adversity in life. Overcome it. Shut up. Stop complaining. He called a foul. So what? Learn from every foul he calls. Today, is this a foul or is this a foul? Right? Like I tell my kids all the time, stop complaining. He ain't taking it back. One. And two, you can learn from it. There are times when they swallow their whistle. I always tell I was like, right now, I'm like, hey, these next 2-3 minutes, they ain't calling no fouls. They ain't been calling no fouls. Hack them. Hit them. Get physical. Yes. Shoot, make them fouls count. After the Milwaukee Bucks did not accept the trade package for Giannis, centered around Brown, Smith responded with more criticism of the Celtics star. Yeah, that was kind of weird. Like, since he didn't get traded and he got hung out there for trade bait, you got more mad at him. What? I'm just letting y'all follow these beats so y'all can understand how the game goes. One of the things we not going to do, bro, is not let you sit around and act like you're a victim, Smith said on First Take. We ain't going to do that. We ain't letting Jaylen Brown get away with that. Get away with what? That he was trade bait and that people said, damn, that's messed up. A finals MVP was trade bait. Damn, that's messed up. A top 10 player in our league that's a two-way player is trade bait. Damn, we can't do that? Really? Go ahead. Smith went on to criticize Brown over comments he made about doubters, making him a better player. Smith argued that Brown had not really faced doubters. And who ain't faced doubters? Dog, people who have lost face doubters. You think winners don't? And was instead widely celebrated for his role in leading the Celtics to a number 2 seed. Okay, let's go with that, Stephen A. He was widely celebrating too. Jason Tatum came back with his limping self, with his 80% self, and then everything went awry. Everything went different. Be real. They were a better team this year without Jason Tatum. Because you trying to limp your way back into it, and then finally you come back, and guess what? We got to force you the ball. We got to act like you the same guy. You're not the same guy. Be real. Then you end up getting hurt again, messing up our chemistry even more. I digress. Who wants nuance? Brown's comments at Con were his first opportunity to publicly respond to Smith's latest remarks. Brown is far from the first person to complain about ESPN control over popular sports narratives, especially in the NFL, NBA, even former ESPN employees like Merrill Hodge, Trent. Who was that? Did I see Trent Dilfer say something? I seen him. A couple of the anchors have criticized ESPN's embrace debate mentality. In Brown's specific case, it seems he did not appreciate how underrated the Celtics were entering the season, even after the salary dump of stars like Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis. Thank you. No Holiday, no Porzingis, no Jason Tatum, and you acting like this is just another year. It can't be my favorite year. Though I didn't do more with less, stop it. Though if Brown really wants the sports narrative to not run through ESPN, publicly calling out ESPN and Stephen A. Smith is unlikely to accomplish that. As always, there will be interested parties tuning into First Take tomorrow to see how Smith responds. Yeah, it's basically you feeding the beast. And I don't care. Like, one, I don't care if I'm feeding the beast, because the beast can die for overeating, too. Like, his belly get too big and he just like, but no, I'm not into this competition, so I don't care about that. I'm not into competing against other people or entities. You think I'm competing against ESPN? You got it twisted. You think I'm competing against Stephen A? You got it twisted. You want to know why? Stephen A. Smith is the king of sports right now, him or McAfee. Go ahead, wear the crown. I don't care about that, because I know this from the days when I was the king of whatever I was doing. There's enough to go around. What? Dog. When I was in the league, when I was setting deals and records and stuff, there's enough to go around. Trust me, I had teammates that were eating too. You think I was the only one going to dinner? So it's the same in flip. If somebody beating you at something, trust me, stop getting all into this scarcity mindset that's all there is. What? There's enough to go around. Every team I played on that had a franchise quarterback who was the man, LT, Junior Seau, Bruce Smith, there was enough to go around. There was a lot left over for Marcellus Wiley, and I loved it. Stop it. So get out that mindset, man. Don't let these people fool you, okay? Shout out to everybody who's invested in that. But look, it's a real thing. We're going to beat it up in the comments. Let me know what you guys thinking, as Shannon Sharp and Ocho Cinco going to chime in on this. I see a lot of y'all in here. Who's in here? Number 1, Stomp, my dog. Dan the Fan is number 2. Money Boy Trey is stuck at Trey. He don't like being 2. He don't like being 4. I love it. TC210 is at 4, and Rafael Ramirez is at 5. Love to all you guys, man. Hey, man, I'm just trying to tell y'all how life goes. This show, we're going to do all the sports stuff. We're going to do the life stuff even more. Don't let them tell you that it ain't enough. You ain't got to be number 1 or else. What you mean, or else? Or else is a lot. Dog, sometimes number 2 is a photo finish to number 1. To the naked eye in track and field, you don't know who won. You trying to tell me that number 1 has a way different world than number 2? Let me tell you from being inside that world. No, they don't. Now, it's obviously better to be number 1. Don't get it twisted. But if you are number 2, trust me, you're fine. And in this world, you compete against yourself first. Not them, not ESPN, not Stephen A. Smith. That's what he's trying to make it. Jaylen Brown versus Stephen A. Smith. Oh, that's only going to help Stephen A. Smith. Because Stephen A. Smith is not Jaylen Brown. Trust me. If I had another itty-bitty, if God said right now, I want you to have an itty-bitty, who you want him to be, Jaylen Brown or Stephen A. Smith? I'm like, why are you asking dumb questions, God? And I'm not calling you dumb, God. I'm just like, what? It's okay, right? Now, if God said, hey, you got a media contract, you got a media deal, you got a media opportunity, you got a media career, who you want to be, Marcellus Wiley or Stephen A. Smith? I say Stephen A. Smith. I would. Yeah, me. I would say, God, that's a dumb question. Stephen A. Smith, he got me. Now, if you want to say football, come on, man. You want to say life? That's the point. Stop letting them tell you what games to play in, because they playing silly games. All right, let's get into it. Shannon, Chad, what y'all talking about?
Celtic situation with JB and JT.
Yeah.
Y'all trying to break them up. You can't break up something that doesn't want to be broken up.
Yeah.
Talk to the Boston Celtics. JB sees himself as a number 1.
Yep.
Yeah.
The Celtics sees him, Jason Tatum, as the number 1.
Mm-hmm.
He was never going to be seen in the eyes that we see him now as long as Jason Tatum was there. What happened? Jason Tatum unfortunately got injured. Jaylen Brown got an opportunity to show you he was a number one.
Number one,
Because even when JB won Eastern Conference.
I think you're jacking Jay-Z. I got to stop it because I'm confused with these J's and T's and B's and Z's, J's, all this J's. Here's the thing I am not confused about. Before this year, I knew that both of those guys could carry a team. Did you not? See, this is what I'm saying. They had us double looking, checking, rechecking, looking at it like, is it really Tatum's team or is it really Jaylen Brown's team? Dog, you do know that they could do this elsewhere separately. Kobe, Shaq. There was a time early you were like, oh, Kobe could do this. Now, he got Shaq with him, so duh, why do it? But he could do this. Kobe was averaging damn near what Shaq was averaging in them playoff series. What y'all talking about, Willis? Do y'all know? I mean, it ain't that hard to look at a team and be like, they got two number ones. Or they got a number one and a number two, like the Lakers. Lakers got a number one and a glorified number three or a six-man in Austin Reeves. He ain't no number two. Good luck. We're going to talk about that. That's coming up next.
Finals MVP, the Larry Bird Award. When he won Finals MVP, what did everybody say? That's because everybody geared their defense to stop Jason Tatum. You still wouldn't get a man the credit. Even though he had the hardware on his mantle, you tried to make a reason or an excuse why he got it.
Okay, that's a problem with our sports media, and I don't know if we ever going to fix it. And frankly, I think it's a good problem. When we all quote, everybody said that Jason Tatum was the leader, and he would focus on him, so that's why Jaylen Brown got the MVP and all that. Everybody said, and we know damn well everybody ain't saying that. The worst part about it, to me, the barbershop, is when you run with the momentum of like everybody is agreeing with you. Dog, I'm sitting here losing my voice because I don't agree with you. Well, everybody else think that. Really? You really gonna say everybody absolute? You dropping absolutes in the barbershop? Really?
Yeah. Okay. So now, Jason Tatum is injured. He averages a career high. He gets his team to the number 2 seed.
They did this to Pippen and Jordan and all that, blah, blah, blah. We know the game plan. That's what they do. They do. All right, blah, blah, blah. Become a gym member with Project Transition. As a giver every month, small gifts have a big impact in creating real change. Not only will you transform lives, you'll also win and unlock once-in-a-lifetime experiences. Join me, Marcellus Wiley, in making a real impact through Project Transition, a global giving community dedicated to uplifting underserved youth with mentorship, education, and access to real opportunities. Your donation doesn't just enter you to win unforgettable prizes and exclusive experiences with myself and other gym members. It fuels our mission to empower the next generation of leaders, dreamers, and game changers. From after-school programs, life skills camps, and career development, every dollar helps unlock potential where it's needed most and where every person makes a world of difference. Give back, win big, be the difference, be greater than your greatest excuse. Support Project Transition today. Become a gym member and help turn obstacles into opportunities. Oh, that wasn't enough? Y'all want some more? Well, check out the link in my bio, Hydration Situation Live. Blah, blah, blah.
Right. I'm glad he said that. No one chooses football. Football chooses you. It's so crazy people still stuck in Pat Mahomes in offense. I'm like, do you see these numbers? This is Marcellus Wiley on the rocks.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.
Oh, this is not hyperbole here.
Because I believe the verse.
Time to hydrate. Hydration's the situation, so.